Now, the top end has had a history of wild weather, of course, from Cyclone Tracy to more recently a battering from Cyclone Carlos in February.
Now, people in Darwin are readying themselves to survive another big storm in time for Christmas again. And for more, Richard Wardle from the Bureau of Meteorology joins us now from the NT. Richard Wardle, good morning. Good to talk to you.
Good morning.
So what's the latest with the cyclone build-up? Is it still looking like it's going to turn into that tropical cyclone you anticipate?
Well, at the moment we've got a monsoon trough which has moved offshore to the north due to a southeasterly surge. We're expecting that to perhaps develop into a tropical cyclone Saturday morning. But at the moment the organisation of the system is weak, but there has been a lot of thunderstorm activity and lightning associated with that offshore.
So it's weak, but when it moves offshore, that's actually when it gets up a bit of strength, isn't it?
That's right. So it needs the warm waters, it needs low shear, and so these are the conditions that really can shake and bake this into a tropical cyclone. And we could see it develop quite rapidly, but at the moment we're not expecting it to develop into a cyclone before early Saturday morning.
Is there a possibility it might not develop into a cyclone at all?
There is that possibility as well. We are using model guidance quite a bit at the moment because of this system isn't all that well developed.
Yep.
And the models at the moment are in disagreement, particularly after 48 hours in terms of the movement of this system.
Can you give me the probability or the possibility you're looking at the moment of this developing into a cyclone, a percentage?
Well, at the moment it's rated high for Saturday, so that's 50 to 100%.
OK. And how strong a cyclone do your models anticipate it might become if it turns into one?
That's a difficult one. At the moment, it's not category strength, of course, but it could develop into a category 3 within 24 hours if the conditions are right. The big question mark about this system is if it does develop, where it's going to move, because it's in an area of very neutral steering winds, upper level winds, and we don't really know where it's going to go, and that's where the models are really disagreeing.
But it would certainly come back towards land, towards the coastline and make landfall at some point.
At the moment, it's moving very slowly south at 2 kilometres an hour. The model predictions are varying from it moving westward and moving eastward. So that's why we've got a coastal waters warning between Dundee Beach and Nhulunbuy, which is the northern coast of the top end.
It's always the winds are the really damaging thing associated with those tropical cyclones, notwithstanding that the huge amounts of rain that can be dumped as well. Do you have a sense of how high and strong those winds could be?
Well, those winds will, once the category is called, that category is set on the gust and the wind speed that we'll be getting at that time. So it really depends on the intensity of the system.
All right, well, people are being warned at the moment. They've got to stock up on dry goods and on some water, and perhaps get out from some of those areas that are so easily affected and flooded. That seems to you to still be a reasonable warning, even while we have your models disagreeing about just what this weather system might turn into?
Yes, I do, for two reasons. One, it's quite close to the coast. It's only about 330 kilometres north of Darwin. And two, because we do have so much uncertainty with the movement, we do often get the monsoon trough forming at this time of year, at Christmas time. It's actually the average time for the formation of the monsoon trough. And with that, we often expect the potential for cyclone development. And so, yes, I would think that those emergency management service protocols are really appropriate at this time.
Richard Wardle, thanks for speaking to us. All the best to you and your colleagues.
Thank you.